Oh man, it's just not fun anymore. It's not fun. It's like back when you're in school or whatever, and you're kind of like bullying a kid. Like you're giving them a little bit of bullying. You're not a full-fledged bully, but you know it is kind of fun. You're a kid. You're kind of bullying a kid a little bit. And then they look at you and they start bursting out crying. You're like, oh, what's wrong? You got sand in your vagina? And they're like, no, my daddy just died of a heart attack and we're about to lose our house and I don't know how I'm gonna eat next week. No, fuck. Fuck. Yeah, this bullying isn't fun anymore. It's just not fun like it used to be, right? You want to bully a kid who has a nice, stable household and family unit, that has a dog, all that kind of stuff. Like that's the kind of kid you want to bully. You don't want to bully some poor kid after their fucking father died of a heart attack and they're about to lose their house and they don't even know how they're gonna eat. That's just, man, it's a bummer. It's a bummer. That's kind of how I feel about the tech job market right now, right? Anybody who's watched me for any length of time knows how I feel about the tech job market. But, oh, Lord, this is getting so bad. Like literally, like yesterday, right? So I'm flying back from Key West. My wife and I, while I was gone for a little while, we were in Key West. And so, anyways, I'm just sitting there in the airplane, like flipping through the news feed, figuring out what I'm going to talk about today. And then I see that Meta's going to lay off, 10% of their workforce, right? Meta's going to lay off 8,000 employees. And then it's really interesting because then they're also going to close 6,000 positions. So that means 14,000 jobs being eliminated. And that's on top of the 1,000 jobs that have already gone this year alone at Meta, plus a whole bunch of other things. And I was like, okay, that's a pretty good story to talk. Again, more jobs, more layoffs in the tech world. I can deal with that. And then literally I keep flipping through the news feed, and this comes up, and you're just like, oh, it just isn't funny anymore. It's just not funny. From CNBC, Microsoft plans first ever voluntary employee buyout for up to 7% of US workforce. So that is right. Microsoft now is literally trying to eliminate staff. And one of the big things to realize when you look at this with these companies eliminating staff, the important thing for you in your career is just to realize the jobs are going away, right? Basically, all these companies are going to try to use optics to try to show investors that they're doing good, right? The whole idea is that these companies are supposed to be doing good. And so however they eliminate jobs, they're going to say it in such a way that it'll seem like they're visionaries. Like one of the big things that we saw before, again, in last year in 2025, all of these companies were laying off tens of thousands of employees because of AI. Right? We no longer need these employees because of artificial intelligence. Which didn't make a damn bit of sense because AI does have it has some use cases, but AI is just not eliminating tens of thousands of employees at this point in time. Will it in a few years? Probably, with automation processes and that type of thing, but not in 2025. And so what was it in why were they talking about AI so much in 2025? Because they needed to get rid of tens of thousands of employees, but they didn't want to spook investors. If you tell your investors that you're eliminating employees because your company's basically failing, then the investors are going to be like, oh my God, the company's failing. They're going to sell the stock. You get this self-reinforcing cycle. So instead of saying, we need to clean up our balance sheets, basically what they do is they say, look, we are at the forefront. We are not fixing a failure of management over the past number of years. What we're really doing is showing you we're at the forefront of the technology revolution. And so we're actually ahead of the curve. We're not behind the curve. We're ahead of the curve, right? That's what we saw with the AI stuff, right? And so what's interesting now when you see Microsoft coming out with these employee buyouts is, remember, for a lot of these technology companies, when they lay off people, they give severance packages, right? Because they don't want to seem to be really bad companies. They also don't want to seem like they're out of money and the whole nine yards. So when they lay people off, they give the severance package. But if they do a layoff, they've got to say that they're laying off, so that brings up a whole bunch of questions optically, and then they've got to give a severance package. So it costs them a lot of money and is bad optics. So the interesting thing with a buyout is generally buyouts will cost the companies a little bit more money because basically you're asking the employee to leave, but optically it's not a layoff. It's not. We are simply giving our employees the option of getting the fuck out with a lot of cash, right? And yeah, this is, Lordy, I don't know. Microsoft plans first ever voluntary employee buyout for up to 7% of U.S. Workforce. And again, the thing that's interesting here too is it's the first ever. This has not been happening before. Microsoft will offer voluntary buyouts to some U.S. employees, a first for the 51-year-old software giant as the tech industry grapples with major changes sparked by the AI boom. Major changes sparked by the boom of interest rates that are now no longer 1%. About 7% of U.S. employees are eligible. The one-time retirement program announced in a memo on Thursday will be available to U.S. workers at the senior director level and below whose years of employment and age add up to 70 or higher. So if you're 50 years old and you've worked at the company for 20 years, that would be 70. If you're 40 years old and you've worked at the company for 30 years, that would be 70. The other interesting thing to be looking at this, though, is that's a pretty high number. Like if you said your age and your seniority of the company add up to 60, that's a pretty big swath of people. But if you say 70, again, think about this. You'd have to be 50 years old and worked at the company for 20 years. Or 60 years old and worked at the company for 10 years. Or 40 years old, well, you couldn't have worked at the company for 30 years. So the other interesting thing with this too is it's a targeted buyout of their most senior employees. It's a targeted buyout basically of their most expensive employees. And so this goes counter to the narrative that we've been hearing a lot with this whole AI revolution, is that AI will destroy the jobs for the entry level, right? For the interns and the entry level and the junior levels, AI is going to destroy their jobs, but the idea is that the senior levels, they should be more secure. If you actually do the back of the napkin math on this, if your employment and age have to add up to 70, you're basically gonna be hitting all your senior employees. I don't imagine you hired a 60-year-old to be in your fucking help desk. Could be wrong, right? I don't believe you hired a 50-year-old directly into desktop support or whatever the fuck the equivalent is in 2026, right? Most likely, these employees that you're going to be getting rid of are going to be your most senior employees. So that is either proof of how far artificial intelligence has come, that AI can literally eliminate your most senior employees, or it's proof that Microsoft is really the fuck out of money. They got no fucking money. So they got to be firing. They've got to be firing their most senior people. This is one of those things to be thinking about. Again, having been an adult now, I'm almost 50. All right, I've been through a number of recessions already. I was in the '90s recession. I was in the dot-com bust. I was in the Great Recession. I was a kid during the disaster of the '80s. One of the things that I will warn a lot of my viewers out there is that in real recessions, in real economic disasters, generally the people that get hit hardest are the senior levels, because they're the most expensive. The thing is, like, it takes a while to get experience. Like, to go from a junior level to like a beginning senior level, let's say it takes about a decade. When you get out of school at 22, you're dipshit. Anyways, it takes like 10 years to wash all the dipshittery out of you. And so you get to be about 32. Here's the thing. From 32 all the way up until you retire, 62 or whatever else, you are going to have yearly iterative improvements. But they're not going to be massive, right? Your first 10 years as a professional, your growth is going to be absolutely insane. You look at somebody who's 32 that's been doing the job since they were 22, and you do snapshots, those are two entirely different people. Here's the thing. You take a snapshot of somebody when they're 32 and they keep doing the job until 42, they're going to be better. They're going to be crisper in presentation. They're going to their Rolodex is going to be bigger, that type of thing. Again, 42 to 52, it's the same. They're going to understand how to communicate with people better. They're going to understand office politics better. But it's all iterative improvements. But one of the things in the corporate world, one of the issues in the corporate world is the iterative improvements become the most expensive for the company. Right, going from 22 to 32, right? Let's say you go from $40,000, $50,000 a year to, let's say, $150,000 a year, right? Within those 10-year period. But that is where you get the most value. You go from a moron to somebody that can actually lead a team. The problem is as you keep going, they keep getting their equity and they keep getting their raises and they keep getting all that kind of stuff. And what you find out is year over year, although that senior level employee is improving, the amount it costs you for those incremental gains keeps increasing. It keeps getting larger and larger and larger. And so the thing is, when the economy is doing well or the company is doing well, you keep these people around because it lubricates the organization, right? These are the people that know everybody in the company. These are the people that know the vendors to talk to. These are the people that built the server rooms or the IDFs or the network closets or whatever 10 years ago, right? You have some junior level person, they're trying to troubleshoot a problem, they can't figure out what's going on. And then the senior level person, right, the 45-year-old can go, oh, we actually built a networking closet, behind the fucking bathroom 20 years ago or whatever, because we didn't have any other space in the office. We did find problems because it's behind the bathroom. Every once in a while, there gets to be moisture within that little area, and sometimes you get a little bit of corrosion. So I bet you, if you go and if you find that little networking closet, you're probably gonna find a little bit of corrosion. You fix that up, and all the networking problems are gonna go away, right? That's the kind of thing those senior levels can bring to the table, but it's fucking expensive. It is. It is right. It's the platinum quality of KY jelly in the corporate world, and at a certain point in time, you're like, I don't know, maybe canola oil would work. Have we tried canola oil? Maybe. Let's see how this works. Anyways, that's a bad one, but that's basically what you get to. And so what's interesting here is that with Microsoft getting rid of these very senior level people, what does that mean for their bottom line? Let's see here. Microsoft has been ramping up capital spending on data centers to supply cloud clients with computing power that can handle generative AI models. Technology peers such as Alphabet and Amazon are doing the same. Meanwhile, software stocks are getting hammered as coding tools from Anthropic and other threaten to disrupt established companies. Last year, Microsoft removed some costs through multiple rounds of layoffs. As of June 2025, the company had 228,000 employees with 125,000 in the US. Quote, our hope is that this program gives those eligible the choice to take the next step on their own terms with generous company support, Amy Coleman, Executive Vice President and Chief People Officer at Microsoft says. All right, so basically, we want to give our senior staff the opportunity to take themselves to the farm upstate. We really think that's the best way to go. So yeah, we're gonna see how much worse this is gonna get. Microsoft laid off 16,000 employees last year. We've already seen so many layoffs in the tech sector. Literally, Meta is laying off 8,000 employees. Additional 6,000 positions are being closed. That's 14,000 employees. Again, like the most interesting part about this, though, the thing to really keep your eye on, is this is going after senior staff. This is going after senior staff. No part of me believes artificial intelligence is to the level to actually be able to strip out your senior staff, right? Senior staff, these are the ones that are making decisions. They understand how your organization really works. I don't believe this is about AI. So if it's not about AI, what's it about? It's about fucking just taking an axe to your budget. And so what does that mean? I talked about this in the last video with Meta. basically right sizing to a good economic environment. So a lot of what we've seen over the past couple of years is basically these technology companies are simply right sizing to a sane economic environment, right? They overhired by so many tens of thousands of people is absolutely ridiculous. So basically, with them cutting, it may be painful, it may be horrible for you, but in reality, they're just right sizing to a sane world. One of the things I do want to keep bringing up, though, is however bad this looks like, they've been right sizing to a sane world, right? The Strait of Hormuz is shut. Tariffs, or God knows what the fuck is going on with tariffs. Think about all the other stuff going on. So there's everything that's been going on is getting them to an employment level for a sane world, and they're doing it at the point that we're going into a very, very, very insane world. So yeah. They say get your ducks in a row or whatever else. It's gonna get bad, so bad. Have I told you how bad it's gonna get? It's gonna go. You're gonna be like, oh my God, this is bad. I mean, I know Eli said it was gonna get bad, but I didn't realize it was gonna be this. It's gonna be that. It's gonna be that. So anyways, what do you think about this? What do you think about Microsoft putting in buyouts for 7% of its U.S. workforce? What do you think about the fact that they're going after the most senior positions? Do you think this honestly has a goddamn thing to do with artificial intelligence? Or does it say a wee bit more about our economy than most of the politicians and thought leaders want to talk about? Anyways, put your thoughts down below. See y'all later.